For the past couple of years. Please put your hands down, Mr. Tom Scheve!
Hi guys! Wow, that's a great turnout. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is fantastic. Right on. Did Halliburton Party... sorry, sure, that's reserved for Halliburton Party of 7. They haven't showed up yet. I'm just kidding. Have a seat. I don't think the Enron executives are going to be here tonight. Oh, so good. Got a lot of people supporting the old burn, man. Good slogan, of course. Feel the burn. Pretty good. Not bad. Everyone's adopting it, you know. Marijuana legalization lobby, you know. Burners for burn. Not bad, right? That's pretty cool. The organization to prevent the spread of STDs is... Feel the burn, but act fast. That's what they said. Feel the burn, but act fast.
The fast-acting burn.
What's that?
Fast-acting burn.
The fast-acting burn, yes. Yes, of course, the arsonist for Bernie. Their slogan, support Sanders. That's it, I don't know. They're not good at sloganeering. Yeah, so good. So they're talking about raising minimum wage to $15 an hour. Yeah. I'll tell you who is not excited. People who already make $15 an hour. Like, damn, I'm making minimum wage again. Yeah, you can't live on minimum wage. It's hard to take pride in your work when your next raise requires a filibuster and an act of Congress. You know what I'm saying? That's tough to go to work every day. Man, times are tough, man. I picked up some extra work recently. I was looking on Craigslist. I saw an ad for a part-time dishwasher in downtown Asheville. So I contacted the restaurant. They said, come in on Monday and bring your resume. I was like, my resume? For washing dishes? I don't know. So I wanted to get the job, so I brought in a strong dishwashing resume. It was a blank piece of paper. I just said, as you can see, I've done nothing, I know nothing, I've studied nothing, I've learned nothing, I have no experience. Thus making me perfectly qualified to wash dishes in your fine establishment. My competition was another blank piece of paper that had a prison ID photocopied on it. And I was like, oh, he's going to get the job. He's going to get the job. Washing dishes is good work, man, I will say that. You got job security. No one's ever said, you'll never wash dishes in this town again. That has never been said. Never been said. I don't like it. It's, I'm 39. I do. I wash the dishes a few times a week. I've done it before. Washed dishes when I was 19. I got out the game. Got lured back in for one last score, you know? Some differences between washing dishes when you're 19 and when you're 39. When you're 19, you're like, screw these dishes and screw this restaurant, screw my boss, screw everybody. When you're 39, you're like, I better wash these dishes. My way has not been working for me. I need to actually wash these dishes and desperately hang on to this job. Man, so good to be here. I meet all kinds of crazy people. I've got a new pet peeve is when people introduce themselves, they ask you to call them a nickname they've clearly made up for themselves, you know? But they insist that everybody calls them that. That's not true. They just call themselves that. We must put an end to this, you know? I've been meeting people who are like, hey, my name's Tom. And this guy was like, hey, everybody calls me Bear Feather. I was like, no, don't. There's no way they call you. No, please. Everybody calls me Eagle Talon. I'm like, no, don't. What's the court call you? If I need to find you, what does the court know you as? Pretty much. We have parents in the crowd. Where are my parents at? Where are my parents at? All right. Where are my parents at? How come they never come to my shows? It's demoralizing. They did a study, actually. I read a study, and they determined that unprotected sex burns more calories. Yeah. By slowly raising your metabolism over the next 20 years until your kid moves out of the house. So that's, you know, anything to lose weight, that's cool. Oh man. man. When you guys make a sandwich with someone, do you do the mom cut where you cut it diagonally, or do you do the dad cut where you eat 60% of the sandwich? Which one are you guys? I got a lovely little daughter, little 8-year-old daughter named Zoe, and third grade, went back to school this year. I had thought about homeschooling her, but then I took a tour of the homeschool she would be attending, and that place is kind of a dump. Kids shouldn't even be living there, frankly. Nothing's too good for my kid. I was like, hey, you're going to go to public school, but I'll save up so you can go to home college, you know? Private tuition pretty much equals the cost of whiskey in the teacher's lounge. AKA the master bedroom. All right. Yeah, I'm a single dad. Sometimes I feel like I get judged for being a single dad. I'll be out with my daughter. I've got no wedding ring on. We're standing inside the gas station beer cave. But I'm like, don't judge me. She had icicles on her nose when we got here. It's Wednesday and she gets to pick out Daddy's beer. That's... Actually, I went to the doctor. They prescribed me something for social anxiety. It's a miracle drug, wild turkey. Have you guys ever heard of that? That's really bringing me out of my shell. The most outgoing guy in the holding tank. It's incredible stuff. Yeah, actually, I don't drink anymore. I had a kid, and I wasn't really good at it. But I love some of the advertising for and against drinking, or different aspects of drinking. And there's the one that's friends don't let friends drink and drive, right? Which is good, you should have a designated driver. But then it says take their keys. And then there's a little logo of a hand dropping a set of keys into another hand. It's like, hey, Frank, I think you've had too much to drink. Oh, you're right, man. Better give you my keys. Thanks, Frank. It's like, my friends are not Tibetan monks. I've never had it go down like that. It's like, friends, don't let your friends drink and drive. Start a fist fight with them for several hours in the street. The logo is just 20 fingers all intertangled into a keychain, I don't know. I'm just saying, the times I've taken people's keys, the same number of times I've done that equals the same number of times one of my friends has stood in the middle of the street screaming, I'm not too drunk to drive! You never see a sober person do that. They just file that away. If you see that, take their keys. If you can. Unless they're too big, then you gotta let them go. I don't know. If they're good at fighting, then just let them go. Let them go, man. I've been having trouble picking up girls this summer, and it's my car. My car's got no game whatsoever. I've got a 94 Honda Accord, station wagon, and I've got where the headlights is all out, and the bumper is hanging half off. And this car's got absolutely no game. There's a dent in the door, and in the passenger seat, there's a girlfriend. Do you have any idea how hard it is to pick up women in a 94 Accord wagon when there's already a woman in the car? Do you have any idea how difficult this is? In the back seat, there's a kid seat, and there's a freaking kid sitting on the kid seat. The car's got no game. It's not even operational. We just have it parked on the outskirts of a Walmart parking lot. We actually live in the car. Really hard to pick up women in that car, man. It's got no game whatsoever. All right. I'll tell you about myself. I like to gamble. I like to roll the dice. Yeah. That's why I like getting my hair cut at Walmart. Yes. Wow! What a thrill, man! Holy smokes! It's way better than a casino. Walmart haircut, $6, 7 minutes, no talking, chip chop, spinning you around in the mirror, boom, red or black. Win or lose. The more they mess it up, the more alive I feel. I'm just like, it's worth it. It's worth it. Walmart's the only place you can get your hair cut, and after your haircut, you're covered in other people's hair clippings. That's shredded ham. How did that get up there? I'm cheap. Men and women, they charge women $90 to do nothing to your hair. It's true. It's criminal. It's criminal. And men, they know we don't care. When I go to get my hair cut, and the hairdresser's like, what are we doing today? And I'll be like, about $8. Just about $8. Keep cutting until you get to $7.50 and I'll wrap her up. That's what we're doing today. That is what we're doing. I'm super cheap. When I go to get coffee and the barista's like, would you like room for cream? I'm always like, no. I fill it all the way up and then I'll just burn my mouth for the next 45 seconds until there's room for cream. Okay? That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, man. Yeah. I work in downtown Asheville. I work in a kava bar, which is just some hippie stuff. I'm not even gonna, you guys don't need to know about it. You guys know about that. I'm at a Bernie fundraiser. You guys should come drink some root water with me sometime. But people will come into the kava bar and they'll come up to the counter and they'll go, I'm so stoned. And I'll go, I know. And they go, how do you know? And I go, because you're standing inside a kava bar. All right, now take your $7 mud water and go to the farthest corner and concentrate on not talking to me about yoga, yurts, or opiate withdrawal. Any of those, just... I like pissing off hippies in Asheville by calling the Grateful Dead one-hit wonders. You know, like... Touch of Grey? Yeah, Touch of Grey's a great song, yeah. The rest of the stuff a little long for the radio, but yeah, man, Touch of Grey. But I've got a friend who comes in and he's a nurse in the emergency room. And I want to talk to you guys about healthcare for a minute. And so he's a nurse, he comes in, and one day I was like, well, what do you see a lot of in the emergency room? And he said, well, car crashes, moped accidents, drunken mishaps, and people getting things stuck inside their rectums. And I was like, I put aside all my work, ignoring all my work now. I'm like, you have my full attention. And this is a real conversation, I swear to God. And I'm like, what are people getting stuck inside their rectums? And he said, believe it or not, a lot of times, sweet potatoes. I swear to God, sweet potatoes. And I was like, why sweet potatoes? And he goes, they come in all different shapes and sizes. So for every rectum, there's a perfectly shaped sweet potato. For your rectum, for everybody's rectum out there. It's a perfectly shaped. It's not a great motto for the industry, you know, like don't puncture your colon with banana. Find a perfectly shaped, yeah. And I said, well, what do? You just pull it out? And he said, yeah, most of the time. He said, if it's too far in, sometimes we have to cut them open. And I'm like, oh, that's when you know you've been partying pretty hard, you know? You need an emergency C-section to remove your rectal potato. That's a Saturday night that got out of hand. It's all true, I swear. And I said, who's putting sweet potatoes in their rectums? And he said, most of the time it's really old men. Really old men, and then it gets too far in there. At some point they have to ask for help. They have to ask their grown child or their soon-to-be ashamed spouse to take them to the hospital. And that's just got to be a horrible decision-making moment in an old man's life. You know, where you're just night and day. 1 minute, fucking good times, and then, you know, they're like, what? Uh-oh. Oh no. My hungry, gluttonous bottom has swallowed the sweet potato. Why did I get such a perfectly rectum-shaped sweet potato? There's no wiggle room. You gotta go to someone and you gotta say, I need help. I need a couple different forms of help, but the first kind is getting this potato out of my bottom. If it was me, if they were like, Tom, do you want us to call an ambulance? I'd be like, no. I want to tell this story one time at the hospital. I don't want to open my kit in the ambulance. Get a bunch of advanced press, and there's a big crowd waiting to hear the story again. Down at the... Yeah. And I said, plus you can never go to the hospital again. You have to change hospitals entirely after that. You have to go, you can't go in the next weekend. And they're like, Jesus, another sweet potato? You're like, no. I still got the stitches from last week, guys. I just had a little cold or something. I don't know. All right, you got to find a whole new healthcare provider after that. So I said, what do they say when they come in with their sweet potato in their bottom? He said, almost all of them say, so there I was, walking through the garden. And I slipped. And something, Doc, something or the other, maybe a perfectly regular shaped sweet potato, something or the other seems to. So my friend, the ER room, the ER nurse said, tie a string around it. Tie a string around it. There's one thing you learn tonight. Tie a string around it. Give them a fighting chance in the old emergency room, guys. Yep. And I think, they leave something nice up there, too. They work 12-hour shifts, put a little candy up there also while you're at it, or whatever, And they're coming in, you're pulling up. This guy's got a shoestring dangling between his legs. I already know. I can diagnose this. Yeah. All right. He took several shoestrings together. I got a bite. All right. Yep, that's another sweet potato. Put that in the bucket with the rest. And then there's something else in here. A bouquet of flowers. Tom, you shouldn't have. Well, I was already slipping in the garden. I figured I'd slip on something nice for you guys. So, hey guys, my name is Tom Scheve. You've been lovely. Thank you so much.